Greetings, family. This is Cassandra Faye Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, also known as the Rogue Black Girl, known as the Rogue Black Girl when I'm traveling. And I just got done traveling. So I was the Rogue Black Girl this weekend, camping, sleeping on the dirt, traipsing through rivers and shit. And I'm also the founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. This is the first live I've done in some time. Because I've needed some recovery time, hence why I had to check out and go camping for the last 4 days. But now I want to get back on my groove where my presentations are concerned, where the temple services are concerned. To be honest though, the temple services, I'm thinking of something really renegade I might have to put out with my committee before I make the announcement of what I want to do. But anyway, in the meantime, there's a reason that I'm here today. And it is the reason that is hot on the lips of probably everybody on earth for the last few days. Now, I was up in the mountains, so I couldn't do any lives on it, or I would have done a live on it as soon as I found out this BS. And that thing on the lips of the many is the transgression committed by, quote, His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. And in the days that I've been away, I've been reading a lot of people's, reactions and responses. I've been watching people's, people's opinions, people's summations. And while there is an obvious, outpouring of outrage about his behavior, about his action, I would say there is an equal amount of defense for his action. And if you happen to live on a rock or happen to live off grid and for whatever reason are just catching this, then what I am talking about is the kiss heard round the world. The Dalai Lama has since issued an apology for, quote, if his words hurt the child and his family and the multiplicity of the Dalai Lama's followers. This was the apology. That often the Dalai Lama makes light and teases people when speaking in public or whatever. And because the sticking out of the tongue is a part of the culture of Tibet, it was really innocent, that action that he made, those words that he said to a 7-year-old child. And I want to say, and some of you have been watching my lives for the last couple of weeks, only been a couple, but they've been volatile, if you will. They have been full of rage and venom and fire, because every day we are presented with evidence, undeniable, unshakable, hardcore evidence that men cannot lead us into a harmonious, happy, fruitful, beneficial, peaceful future. It is impossible. And every day we are presented with information that tells us that. Not slight, not subtle information, blatant, undeniable information that tells us they cannot lead. It is impossible, right? Now, the title of this broadcast is No More Gurus, No More Priests. I should have put no more preachers up in there, no more heroes, no more male leaders. I stand by it. I mean it with every fiber of my being. I mean it with every cell in my body. Y'all cannot lead. 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 And if you say at your mouth that you genuinely care about the future of humanity, that you genuinely are interested, in the salvation of the world, if you really give a damn about the future, then evidence is what is required. Because y'all providing all the evidence that we can't trust you, providing all the evidence that you can't lead, providing all the evidence. It's not shit you saying out your mouth. He say, I apologize for my words if they cause y'all any hurt. That ain't what we talking about. We talking about the action. The action is what has provided the evidence, produced the evidence that if you could be as audacious as to do what you did in public, then tyranny is the only thing that you can produce behind closed doors. You see, that's all. And if you can provide all the evidence all the time, every day, in every space, in every action, that it is impossible for you to lead, what we require now is the evidence that you give a damn about the future. You understand? Do you give a damn about the future? Do you care about the suffering of humanity? If so, what is the evidence of it? Not what you say out your mouth, not what pretty words and prayers, posts and prostrations you perform in public. What is the evidence that you give a damn about the future? What is the evidence that you give a damn about the world? What is the evidence that you give a damn about the environment? What is the evidence that you give a damn about human beings? That's what we need. And the only evidence, in my estimation, because it's what the fuck I say, the only evidence, in my estimation, that will prove to me that if you possess a Y-bearing chromosome and you say you give a damn about the future, about humans, about the environment, about the world, the only evidence is your complicity. And if you need help with that, the only evidence that we will accept as the temple of evolutionary emergence. And when I say the temple of evolutionary emergence, I'm not talking about a building. I'm not talking about an institution. You understand? I am not even talking about the institution that I have built as the temple of evolutionary emergence. I am talking about the process through which evolution, the original evolution, was made to occur. And if you want me to be more clear, I mean uterus carrying humans, uterus born humans. The evidence that you give about the future, the world, the environment, or humans is your behavior when dealing with double X chromosome, uterus bearing human beings who have either been mothers, are mothers, or can potentially be mothers, as representatives of the universal mother, as representatives of the Mother Earth. Your complicity is the only thing that we will accept as evidence that you give a damn about the planet. That's all. Now, you can be mad about it. I don't care. You understand? You can be upset about it. That's all right. It's not up for debate. I don't argue. You understand? I have no interest in arguing. It's what we say. It's what we say. You understand what I'm saying? As the temple of evolutionary emergence, y'all motherfuckers need direction. Because you cannot reason things on your own because you're not reasonable people. You see, you are not reasonable beings. Y-bearing chromosome people. Y'all don't reason. Y'all swear y'all the most logical people on the planet, and women are all super emotional. We are both logical and emotional, reasonable and reasoning, deep thinking, contemplating, problem solving, community upholding, community binding, community securing. Y'all got all the smoke in the world, all the venom in the world for women, but your existence depends on them. Every last one of us is what it depends on, you see. And so this thing, and I'm seeing all these women, baby, crying crocodile tears. You understand? All these men in their feelings, you understand, about the Dalai Lama. Why are you surprised at this stage in the game? At this late date, at this witching hour for which we are moving through in real time, why are you surprised? Why does it continue to bewilder you when one of these grisly, diabolical humans reveals their true face? When they are in a situation where their mask is removed, where the veil of their secrecy is lifted. This is what we say we pray for all the time. This is what we say we have been longing for. It's for our enemies to be revealed, for our enemies to face judgment. They can't face judgment if we don't know they are the enemy. So when they are revealed, we should rejoice. When they are revealed, we should not weep or be amazed or bewildered or brokenhearted. When those who commit crimes against human beings in general and children in particular are revealed, we should revel in it and move swiftly in our demand for justice. That's all. I was with this dude yesterday that is a dear friend of mine. And I told him about the information, and his immediate reaction, his immediate facial response was dismay. What? Hurt. Immediate. Then, doubt. Let me see that. Let me see. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. In that order. I said, why are you surprised? He said, you're not? Hell no. Absolutely. 1,000% no. I am exhausted on men in leadership in every space, in every circle, in every culture, in every tradition, in every motherfucking society. Yep, I am. I am exhausted on this tendency of spiritual leaders' betrayal of human faith. I am. I do not trust any man who props himself up into a position of leadership and is required to show no evidence of his professed conviction. Where's the evidence that we've required of the Dalai Lama for his mouthings and prostrations and professions to be matched in his behavior? Not kissing babies, patting people on the head, none of that bullshit. That's why the only action that produces legitimate evidence, if you possess a Y chromosome, for your conviction to the future, for your conviction to be a participant in the execution of a magical future that is within our grasp, is who I want to know what woman you have submitted your will to. That's what I want to know. What woman's direction are you in compliance with? That's what I want to know. What council of elder women do you get direction from? That's what I want to know. That is all. That is all. Why would I make such a harsh statement? Why? Because God damn it, all the fuck ready. We have been under men's leadership for 6,000 goddamn years. There ain't a problem you have solved on earth. Nowhere. Nowhere, not one. Name a problem men have solved. Name a grievance men have led the charge on resolving. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Name a singular group of women on earth, a singular society on earth under the direction of men, where women, if you asked any single one of them walking up and down the street, are you happy in your life, in every facet of your life, provide evidence of that happiness under the leadership of this monarch, this king, this emperor, this spiritual leader, this guru, this whoever the fuck. I'll wait. Okay, so since we got that out the way, is what I said. Every woman, you don't have to know her. And this goes for everybody. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to continue to tell you, I don't argue. I don't argue with women who are drunk off the madness of patriarchy and misogyny. I don't argue with Y-bearing chromosome human beings. I don't. Anyone born with a Y chromosome, I do not argue with you. Anyone who incarnated in this time, in this period, in this day, on this planet, in this period where all of us are required to change the world, I don't argue with you if you didn't incarnate with a uterus. We are all a part of the body of the mother. We all are. We all emanate from her womb. We do. We do. You understand? That's why I say everybody is a member of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. You don't have to be, a fan of Cassandra. You don't have to listen to, Cassandra talk. You don't have to come down to the temple and participate in the service. If you were born, if you emanated, if your ass wasn't born in a, what you call that thing? Artificial womb, what you call it? Birthing, whatever they used to call it. If your ass wasn't, drawn together in a petri dish, you understand? If your ass wasn't born in the uterus, okay, you the only motherfucker who don't apply. But I still say you apply, because even if you weren't born through a uterus, boo, you was born on the earth, and Mother Earth has a uterus too. You understand? But I digress. What I am saying is the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence and is the uterus. The Temple of Evolutionary Emergence is the uterus. You understand? And we all emanated from one. We all were transformed from abstraction, from spirit, from void, from abyss, transformed by her to become a tangible material force capable of transforming the terrain with which we live, embodied the entire collective power of the universe. But that collective power of the entire universe had to become a material force in order to make moves on the material plane. So, the uterus is the first temple of evolutionary emergence. Birth is the first ritual. You know what? Let me backtrack that statement. The first ritual is when your mother's egg calls to you and accepts you into her. That's the first ritual. The second ritual, if you will, the first ritual, let me do this. The initiation of the first ritual is your mother's call to you. Your mother's call, because you are in your mother before the egg exists, by the way. You understand? She calls on the necessary ingredients for you to become you in the sperm. She accepts or rejects who she will, right? The second, the actual fulfillment of the ritual, let me say it like that, I'm gonna have to work on that, is your baptism, your 9-month baptism in her sacred, ancient, ancestral waters that protect you in your emergence. And then the completion and fulfillment of this transformation from spirit to flesh, from a thought becoming a thing, from an idea becoming a material force, which is you, with the potential to change everything. This contract being consecrated at the top of the cross on your head, consecrated with the blood of your mother, with the blood of the breaking of your mother, to guarantee that you can become, that you can execute. But y'all stay reducing her. Y'all stay making light of who she is. Y'all stay disregarding who she is in your life. Why she was necessary for the you that you are to fulfill destiny. You understand? And she is not a singular thing. Yes, your mother. Yes, the mother that held you in her body. Yes, but she is a part of the singular entity that is the mother's. That is the one. And let me just tell you, let me backtrack for a minute. I went to church with my mother not too long ago, and I'm taking all these notes. I'll tell you why. Because I was like, song is the secret. Song is the key. Song is the mystery. Let me take notes because I hadn't been in church in a long time. Let me listen to the choir sing and take notes because I need to write songs to the mother. I need to write songs for my mama. I need to write songs to the mother. I need to write songs for the mothers. So I'm listening to these songs these people are singing. People crying, people got their hands raised in worship, eyes closed, streaming tears. These songs are moving them. You hear me? And every single solitary song is the he, the him, who saved, who molded, who protects, who walks with, the he, the him, the he, the him. My life is his to be used in whatever way he sees fit. We sing this shit. You understand? For years and years and years. The he, the him, in lament, in woe, and joy, and happiness. The he who takes my hand and walks. The he that takes my hand and walks with me through this life. The he who shaped and molded me with his own hands. The he, the him, who I can speak to when I can speak to no one else. The he, the him, who hears all my prayers and secret heart's desires. The he, the him, who heals my grief and comforts my wounds. My life is yours, the he, the him. My life is yours to use because I give it all away to the he, the him. Okay? Baby, I sat there because I've sang these songs as a little girl. I have sang these hymns as a little girl. I have borne witness to predominantly women. I read one statistic that 85% of the devout membership of the global Christian church, Catholic and Christian, 85% of its devout membership is women. Is women. And here we are, the creators of everyone, the creators of all things, the initiators of the divine spark in utero, the executors of the most sacred rituals on earth, the oldest magic on earth, the magic of she that bleeds with no wound, and the magic of the mysteries of childbirth, on our fucking knees, crying, weeping, begging, and pleading to a he, him that does not exist, that has never existed, that is a personification of the Son, the S-U-N and the S-O-N, the mother's son, her child. We worship the Son and disregard and throw away the mother. The Son and every solar religion on earth that upholds, uplifts a son, an S-U-N/S-O-N God, deity, and disappears, disregards, murders the mother of the Son. Every single religion, every single culture, every single tradition on earth is guilty because you fell for the narrative that the power of the Son is greater than the power of the mother. That's what you did. That's what you did. And that's what we're witnessing in real time. This is not a religious statement that I am making. This is not just, quote, a spiritual statement that I am making. This is a historically accurate statement I am making. This is an archaeologically proven statement that I'm making. This is a scientific statement that I'm making. Because see, it all starts with, even when you look archaeologically at, quote, world religions and world traditions, we only go back so far anyway. And the place that we go back to, no matter where we are on earth, is the period after the Son, S-U-N and S-O-N, has murdered the mother philosophically. You see, after men already slept the matriarchal societies and tried to ghost and disappear all the symbolism of the mother's reign in that period, you see, we go back into these, humanities studies and studies of world religions and all of that shit. And the place that we begin is the worship of the Son. In Kemet, we begin with the worship of the Son as the he. You understand? And his mother is a footnote. His mother is an aside to him and his power and his reign, not primary. You see, we go everywhere on earth and see that supposedly society began with the worship of the Son, because what? The Son is life-giving. The Son rises every day and walks on water every morning, and it's rising in the east, you see. The Son, in its beautiful glory, wears this illustrious crown of thorns or sun rays, right? The Son makes the flowers open up in the morning. The Son in all its glory, right? So why not worship the Son, the S-U-N, the S-O-N, right? That's the logic that has been imposed on us in every tradition, right? Because the mother's been disappeared, because the mother's been murdered. But we forget that the mother that we reside within, the Mother Earth, it is her breath of life that shields us from the destructive rays of the Sun. The Sun is destructive. The Sun is destructive, radically so. But our particular mother, our peculiar planet, in her glory, emanates enough breath to provide what we call the atmosphere, which is water. You understand? She provides this luminous shield of protection that allows just enough of the sun rays in to be beneficial to the planet. It is she who saves. It is she who protects. It is she who gives life. It is she who gives birth. It is she who creates. It is she who molds us all from the depths of her belly. It is she who does that. So it wasn't enough for men in power to completely erase the significance of the mother. They also had to absorb, appropriate, if you will, all of the attributes that had solely been attributed to the mother. To disappear and murder the mother, and then to steal all of her attributes, to absorb and appropriate all of her attributes. You understand? I have to give you this history lesson if I'm going to talk about the Dalai Lama. I have to give you this history lesson if I'm going to talk about yogis. I have to give you this history lesson if I'm going to talk about gurus or priests or preachers or anybody with a Y chromosome attempting to seize a position of power and leadership in a world of women. I have to give you this history lesson. You feel me? The mother, through whom all are created, empowered her son, emboldened her son because her son was her, created her son from her own body to provide a gift for her daughter, who is herself. Y'all might have to go back to some of my past my past YouTubes when I talk more in depth about that, about why we always talk about the mother-son relationship, about why we always, every tradition does, by the way. The Bible does. Yeah, it does. The mother-son relationship. Who is Mary and Jesus? You understand? Who was Sarah and Abraham? Sarah and Jacob, not Jacob. Sarah and Jacob. Who would, you know what I'm saying? The mother-son motif is replete throughout every society because it is a historical cellular memory nod at the fact that women were here first, spontaneously procreating herself, reproducing herself, cloning herself in spontaneous reproduction, in asexual reproduction, in parthenogenetic reproduction. All she can do is reproduce herself. But after many millennia of populating the planet with herself, which is what she did, she says, my daughter needs a partner. My daughter needs a partner. Even the Bible talks about this. Oh, but y'all can't read the Bible, right? The Bible talks about the mother who begets a son, who becomes her son and her lover. Why does it say that? Because the story is about the she who had daughters who needed a partner, and her daughter is her, the complete replica of her. You understand? Anyway, y'all need to know that. Y'all need to know that. And y'all need to stop giving power away to men in power. I'm going to tell you a story. I had deliberated for a very, very long time about what was the context, whether it was going to be a separate story, what was the context through which I was going to tell you what I am about to tell you right now. But there is no better time than the present, because all of you are in your feelings about the Dalai Lama. And all of you who are in your feelings about the Dalai Lama, I'm talking about those of you who are defending the Dalai Lama. I guarantee you ain't now one of you motherfuckers Buddhists, but y'all still jump at the opportunity to defend men and their wrongdoing. I'm going to say one more thing before I tell you the story. The other thing about this video and with the Dalai Lama and this baby, this boy child, y'all reasoners, you complicit defenders, you enthusiastic perpetrators of patriarchy in the defense of the many ways and faces with which patriarchy reveals itself, you disgust me. You disgust me. Yeah, I know. We're all sick with the madness of patriarchy. I say it all the time. We all drunk with the fucking malignancy of cancer, of patriarchy. But you willful, deliberate parrots of patriarchy, defenders of patriarchy, you make my stomach churn. You make my stomach churn. You feel me? You're disgusting. You are disgusting. I watched 15, 20 different versions and angles of that video, I know. And the fact, y'all are so simple. So willfully ignorant and blind. Because that video, the kissing thing, the suck my tongue thing, as repugnant and deplorable as it was not the only aggression committed against this baby in this video. So while y'all are trying to pontificate and make excuses and reason why or why not this is or isn't appropriate, it is because of an even greater issue. Because I'm always talking about women and children. I don't make a separation. The majority, yes, there are a few of you men who do what you're supposed to do by raising your children, but you don't get no prize for that. You don't get no rewards for that. The majority of the people on the planet raising children are women by themselves everywhere on earth. And even if they ain't by themselves, they're not only raising children, they're raising immature, malignant, power dominating men. So I always talk about women and children. And I watched this video. And this child, the reason I say that is because the other issue of the day that y'all don't want to face and you never talk about is you always talk about children like victims. You always do that. You never talk about children as whole human beings who are entitled to sovereignty. Never. I never hear anybody talk about children that way. All these people who swear they believe in reincarnation. Oh, this is an ancestor return. You feel me? Oh, we ancient beings. You feel me? Y'all are liars. Y'all don't believe that. Because y'all be the same one turning around, treating children like powerless victims, treating them as if they have no rights, that they are not entitled to sovereignty. Y'all will be the main ones doing it. Main ones. Denying young people. Okay, I didn't even realize I didn't have my comments on. I'm looking at y'all comments now. I'm gonna finish this statement, then I'm gonna read through these real quick before I say what I gotta say. Yeah, but y'all are liars. Y'all are opportunist freaking patriarchs. That's all y'all are. Because to see children as less than sovereign entities who willed themselves into existence. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Ancient beings who willed themselves into existence and have a right to sovereignty, to safety, to protection. Our children do not belong to us. They don't. They are ours to protect. They are ours to cover. They are ours to shield as they forge their way into their destiny. They are not our property to be abused, to be mistreated, to be reduced, to be silenced. Children should be seen and not heard. What in the absolute patriarchal madness? We have something to learn from them. And if you watch that video with any kind of discerning eye, if you watch that video as anybody who says they believe in sovereignty, if you watch that video as anyone who says they believe in reincarnation, or even if you don't believe in reincarnation, that we willed ourselves to be, that we spoke the words I am and our mother received the petition. Anybody who watched that video with any psychologist that watched that video and has missed the boat, I don't know what the hell is wrong with y'all. I saw several aggressions against that baby in that video. That child did not want to be touched. When the child leaned, when the Dalai Lama grabbed the child to bring him into a hug, the child's arm was limp. And then it slowly went up around him. and the child pulled away. After the baby pulled away, the motherfucker, that's what I said, the motherfucker then took his other hand and grabbed the child behind his head and pulled him close to do a head bump. After he did the first kind of gentle head bump, then he kept holding the child's head as the child is pulling away and did this hard rub against the child's head, and the child backed away again and rubbed his head. This is disagreement. Anybody who's had a child, who has given birth to a child, anybody who has raised a child, male, female, or otherwise, I don't know about y'all, but I taught my daughter very young. If it don't feel right in your body, it's not right. They can touch you here. And if it doesn't feel right, it's not right. This is yours. This you right here. You own and control this domain. This your kingdom right here. If it don't feel right to you, it's not right. I don't give a fuck what the nature of the touch is. We have to be astute enough, caring enough, and give children enough power to honor their boundaries. This boy had boundaries that were perpetually violated, not only by the Dalai Lama, but all these goddamn complicit ass adults in the room laughing and encouraging the child to receive this unwanted touch. The fuck is wrong with you people? And I sat there and watched every single solitary commentary I could yesterday on my train ride back from my camping trip, making my spirit this easy, preparing for what I had to say to y'all today about this shit. I said, is nobody going to talk about the fact that this child is obviously with this man's face? The child was dismayed and obviously uncomfortable with his touch. You see, not one person, not one commentator mentioned it. People even having doctors and preachers on their shows talking about, well, it's unnatural for people to be taking vows of celibacy because all it does is create it defies what the quote Lord said about human, the man and the woman, and shut up. The issue is not vows of celibacy. The issue is men in power always saying that it is their right in moments of weakness or with those who they perceive weak to exploit power and domination over them. They have no rights. The perceived weak. They have no rights that we are bound to honor, that we are bound to respect, as every one of them. You want to know what the common denominator behind every cult is? Every cult on earth has been informed by men in power, by Christianity, by Judaism, by Islam, by Buddhism, by Hinduism. I said what I said. Every cult has been informed by these mega religions. They've been informed by these religions that teach them that the rest of us don't have the power of God, that the rest of us are lowly creatures, suffering a fucking fleshly existence until we can transcend, until we can go to nirvana, until we can, enter Shantis, until we can go to heaven, until we can join Allah and all of this fucking madness. Men in power make the laws that keep them in power. Then they create the philosophies that provide a justification for that which should never be justified. That's what they do. That's what religion is, at least for the last 6,000 years, has been a philosophical, spiritual justification for the ills of political domination. Because your spirit can't be made right with what the fuck is happening to you politically in the world, in your material existence. So you have to create a narrative that pacifies your will to burn this bitch to the ground. Pacifies your natural human and animal instinct to destroy anything that is attempting to destroy you or exploit you. I see y'all cheering on every time some elephant or some tiger murks their aggressor, their oppressor, but every time some woman speaks out against oppression, Crickets. Every time some child speaks out, whether physically or verbally, about their oppression, their aggression, their resistance to it, that child pulled away. But y'all can't honor his sovereignty, because children should be seen and not heard. Children can be used and abused and just have to accept it because they children. They powerless. They weak. You understand? Y'all will cheer for an elephant that dances on the grave of a white woman that it remembers abused her and her family. But crickets when faced with the abuse of women and children. However, that abuse shows its face. I sat here and listened to one group of commentators, black folk, black skinned people, a preacher, and a somebody the hell else. The somebody the hell else was attempting to say some shit relatively progressive. And then he said, when it comes to children, these aggressions are unacceptable. You know, when it's between a man and a woman and they married or in their relationship, that's different. I wanted to scream on the train. So you mean it's okay for a motherfucker to be behind closed doors and fuck his woman up or abuse her or do this, that, and the other? That's different. That's their personal relationship. But when it's something like this, that's public, the abuse of a child, this is not acceptable. I say y'all can never come to the right conclusions. That's why y'all can't lead. Y'all can never come to the right conclusions. That's why you cannot lead. All you can do as evidence that you have a heart, as evidence that you give a damn about the future, the world, the earth, the planet, the population on it, is to comply to the will of the mother. If it ain't what the mother said, it ain't for me. Y'all don't have no problem following a fictitious Jesus your whole life. Y'all don't. I just sang you the songs. I give my life away to hear him. He, him who takes my hand and walks with me through this life. Child, I just told you they hijacked every story of the mother, every function of the mother. He who heals my wounds and broken heart. They took everything that belongs to the mother, everything that is the domain of the mother, and superimposed it on a myth. So you don't sing those songs. You don't. Ooh, wait a minute. Or the sky could be falling around you. You feel me? The earth could be shaking up under you. You feel me? The winds can blow your house away, and you're gonna fall on your knees and thank the Lord, just like Job did, because he's faithful. You feel me? The Lord, God, and the devil playing chess with Job's life to see who he gonna be faithful to, or is he gonna curse the name of God? And the devil's like, yeah, it's easy to give God props when everything going nice. You know, he bountiful. You understand? He got a big family. You know, he got riches. He got land. You feel me? He comfortable. Let me throw a wrench in his game, and I bet you he'll curse your name. And God was like, my servant is faithful. You feel me? Go ahead. And God removes his hand of protection. You understand? And the devil was like, come on, let's go ahead and throw these curveballs on this dude right quick. See how he responds. Kill his whole family, kill all his cattle, take all his wealth, destroy his house, everything. And he fall. Faithful is the Lord. I give all praises to God, to the God of my father. So y'all will never curse the name of God. Y'all will never curse the Lord. Y'all don't never blame God, Jesus, for anything bad that happens in your life. You give all the praise, all the adoration, right? But your mama, who is God, who you know is God, who you believed as an infant she was God, yourself understood that if she did not exist, you would not exist. That if she was not around, you would soon perish. That if somebody didn't come and take her place as mother, you would not survive. She, the one who held your hand through all the dark spaces and sharp edge corners of the world in your infancy and toddler phase. She who was the first to respond to every nick, every knee, every fall, every cry, every tear, every hurt. She who was with you in the dark. She who does not require you to give your life away, only wants to see you live a blissful existence. The evidence of which is when you are ecstatic, she is ecstatic. Even if she in a bad mood, baby start giggling, her whole demeanor change, her whole disposition change. Oh, baby, I'm a boo. Oh, you're so cute. Even as the world is falling down around her, she is made well by your happiness. Her heart is made light by your joy. And so she works to ensure it at her expense. Yet we don't sing those songs about her. About how she, whose blood in her body shaped and molded and created who you are, as a guarantee that you would be of some use to humanity once you incarnated. She did that. There's 1,000,001 goddamn songs about Jesus Christ, about the Buddha, about any Hindu god you want to know, except maybe Kali, except the ones that maybe matter. You understand? Y'all stay giving props to some male creator. The male creator is the son of the mother. His ability to secure life, not create it. His ability to protect life, not create it. His ability to provide safety for life, not create it. There is no male potter. There is no male potter. The potter is the mother. And that which she uses is her own flesh, her own body. Whether I'm talking about your mama, your birth mama, or whether I'm talking about the earth for which we reside. That is why everything that we shape and create when we take pottery classes are shaped like a uterus. Because this is her body. This is her blood that we use to create. That we use to create. Now let me read through these comments really quick. And then I'm going to tell you something. Like I said, I'm watching. Okay, Yashara. Oh, I haven't seen your sister in so long. How you been, goddess? Man, come on, y'all. Come on with these comments. Come on through. You understand? It's logical what we talking about here. It's common sense what we talking about right here. Wonka Vision. I don't know who you are, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the compliment. Then if you tune in from Facebook for whatever, because I'm streaming through StreamYard, always announce your name, because for whatever reason, when you watch through Facebook, I can't see who the user is. I don't know why StreamYard hasn't corrected that yet, but right now it'll just say Facebook user and it won't say who it is. So, shout out your name if you're tuning and you're watching from Facebook. Yes. Y'all saw. I know I wasn't. Yeah, I know I wasn't the only one that saw that. That baby pulled away at least 3 times. His body language. Every time the Dalai Lama touched him, he rubbed his arm like this, like he was wiping off his essence. When the Dalai Lama forced his forehead into that baby forehead, he did like this twice. You understand? Not Trinity. I don't know who that Facebook user is. No Trinity. It's the mother. 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 Before there was ever a father, before there ever was a father, every father was a son first to the mother. Every father was a son first to the mother. You motherfuckers were made to be gifts to her daughter. That's what you were made to do. Let me not go down that. That's something for another day. But I don't accept that Trinity shit. I don't accept that Trinity shit. Because just as soon as you motherfuckers fuck up enough, honey, evolution can do what it do again. Okay. These Y chromosome possessing species is buck wilding in the world. Well, let's go ahead and create something that targets the Y chromosome to eradicate it. And women will just have to remember that they know how to spontaneously create without sex. They do. An egg has all the polar bodies that it needs to create a whole human. Yep, that's what a teratoma is. Yep. If you don't know what a teratoma is, look it up. Also, even if we don't ever become spontaneous procreators again, parthenogenic creators again, guess what? Y'all already dumped enough sperm into enough sperm banks that we could procreate for the rest of time. For the rest of time, and Mother Earth could probably use a break anyway from our baby making phase. Anyway, I digress. Somebody say, no, I'm not saying my name. Don't be like that. It's all love here. Yeah, I speak with fire, but it's all love. You know, fire comes from the heart. Fire is the heart channel. You understand? It's all love. Anyway, and I don't judge. You dig? I want to know your names. I want to know who's tuning in. Anyway, so I'm going to tell y'all a story, and I think that's how I'm going to wrap up because I only got a few minutes anyway. I'm going to tell y'all a story that I haven't said live. I've told a lot of people this story, you know, in my circles, but I've never done this live. And I should probably do it as separate just because it's at the end here. People usually don't watch. I am going to save it. Y'all, don't be mad. It's a good story, but it needs its own space. It's relevant to what we're talking about today. But I do think it needs its own space because I want y'all to pay attention. And most people don't really watch stuff to the end. So, okay, Trinity. Oh my God. I stand corrected. Oh my God, baby. Oh my God. So for those who are lost, I was saying, tell me your name, but I'm reading through the Facebook comments because I wasn't able to get them while, you know, like when they were coming in, and I see Trinity and I'm thinking it's somebody saying, you know, man, woman, child, you know, we need the Trinity or whatever, because that shit that's not far from uncommon in men's knee-jerk response when you start talking about the mother. And she responds and she says, no, boo, no, baby. I'm saying my name is Trinity. Oh my God. That's great. All right. I love it. So anyway, I'm going to post, I posted a ton of pictures from where I went camp. I am going to say the story that I wanted to tell you. I'll probably do it tonight, just in a separate video, because it's important. It is directly relevant to what we're talking about today. So I guess I will conclude, because this is an hour. I really want to be a lot more disciplined these days about keeping my presentations between 45 minutes and an hour. But I will conclude this day's topic of no gurus, no more priests, no heroes, no male leaders. Now I make a distinction, right? But even as the founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, and that's why I'm always mindful of clarifying what that means for me, what that means for us. I am not a guru. I'm not a priest. I'm not a hero. You know, I do provide leadership, but not in some hierarchical top-down kind of way. I would like to see myself as providing leadership in a 3 or 5 dimensional way. Because, baby, we are one. We all incarnate with the exact same potential. We all do. We all have the exact same creative potential. We do. And I'm going to tell you, that is not something that will fly. Even as the temple is in its infancy, even as we are very clear about, and I want you to be clear. I want you to hear what I'm saying. No more gurus, no more priests, no more preachers, no more heroes. That shit is dead. It's done. And it's revealing itself as being done and over very quickly. My IG feed is about to end in 22 seconds. So if you want to tune in for the conclusion, log in via my Facebook page or my YouTube channel, Cassandra Faye Floyd, for the both. But I want you to be clear, because y'all hear me say a lot. I say a lot and I mean it in the most unwavering way. What I say. You heard? It's what the fuck I say. I say it with audacity. I say it with conviction. I say it with my whole chest. Here in the temple of evolutionary emergence, I'm looking down because it's what the fuck I say. You understand? Why can I say that? And I say I'm not a guru. I'm not a leader. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a priest. You understand? I'm not a cult leader or any shit like that. Is what the fuck I say? Because she says it so. She says it so. Who is she? Us. Who is she? The mothers. Who is she? The earth. Who is she? The great, giant, black, boundless, cosmic universe. Who is she? Us. Who is she? Even you males. You are of her body. You should relish in the opportunity to comply to your mother's will. You should be grateful for the opportunity to please your mother. You should be thankful for the opportunity to redeem yourself through her grace and pleasure. That's what I mean when I say here. Now, I say the temple of evolutionary emergence is the uterus, but the temple of evolutionary emergence as an institution is our temple. It is the culmination of an entire life of experiences, learning, mentorship, not me being the mentor, me being the mentee, sitting in submission at the feet of men who I revered, being in partnership with men I knew. Look, it is the culmination of a life of experience. It is me having given birth, having felt the quickening of spirit in my body, not as some abstraction, as the spirit who petitioned me, my daughter who turned 27 yesterday. When she called on me and asked me, could she live? It is me recognizing the moment that she was really real, the quickening in my body of the one who had her own personal destiny to fulfill. And I'm a partner in it. I'm the facilitator of it. I protect her in her childhood so that she can fulfill her destiny. You understand? You males have to comply. It's the only way to redeem yourself. It's the only way to redeem yourself. It is the only way that you, in this incarnation, can be a beneficial, life-affirming, life-securing participant in the future of the world. You can't lead. You can't lead. And you have to be okay with that for right now. That's not to say there won't be a future where leadership will not be afforded you through the power of the mother. But this ain't it. You ain't earned it. None of you have earned it. You have to be okay with complicity. You've been complicit to patriarchy your whole life. You've been complicit to the will of the state your whole life. You've been complicit to men that you thought were stronger than you or more macho than you your whole life. What could you possibly have to do to be complicit in the will of your mother? What could you possibly lose? You can only win. You can only be made well. You can only be made better when you yield to the mother's will. This is your only way. This is the only way forward for you. It is not in, quote, being a good husband. Sorry. That's nice. It's nice to treat your wife with the respect and adoration that you would your own birth mother, because that's the way she's supposed to be treated. That's the way she's supposed to be treated, with the respect and the adoration and the complicity of which you would show to your mother. That's how you're supposed to treat your wife. And if you ain't treating your wife, you are not yielding to the will of the mother. If you want some, I'm the king and I want a submissive broad, you have so far missed the boat and there is no redemption for you. Redemption for you. Why chromosome bearing human beings? The only redemption for you is full, unwavering, devoted complicity to the will of your mother. That is all. The songs that you have sang to male deities, we need to be singing songs of joy, peace, bliss, happiness, ecstasy, radical happiness, with the name of the mother's mouth exuding from our lips at all times. These bullshitting ass songs I told y'all about earlier, the he, the him, the salvation of the world, the he, the him who created every human being. What? The he, the him who shines the light of life on the world, the he, the him that has held my hand since I was born to walk with me through my life, the he, the him. Madness. I'm gonna need people to be writing songs for the mother, submitting them to the temple of evolutionary emergence so we can create them. Every song about love, no more love songs, romance songs between men and women or between lovers, however y'all come together, you feel me? Whatever manifestation of your loving partnership is. We didn't have enough romance songs. We need to even stop calling them romance songs. Rome is the reason everything on the planet fucked up any motherfucking way. We need love songs to the mother with the same enthusiasm, with the same passion, with the same dancing, with the same joy, with the same gyrating. Crunk love songs to the mother, hype love songs to the mother while we smoking our joint in the club. Gentle, nourishing, comforting love songs to the mother for when we sleep. For mother and I are one. She is me and I am she. The magic of life as we know it could not be without she. Without she, the one. The one. You understand? We got work to do, and it can't be no lamentful, woeful, thinking we about to go head to head with a diabolical, malignant bitch called patriarchy. That ain't how we doing it. That ain't how we do it. Yeah, you remember the song? Why am I thinking about this? You remember the song by Bob Marley, Chant Down Babylon? This is my jam. But it's fucked up. It's my jam. We have to recreate this song. We have to recreate this song. We have to recreate this song. We have to decommission our conditioning. Babylon is not the enemy. Babylon is not the enemy. Babylon is not the enemy. Zion is not what we are looking forward to. Zion is not what we are trying to create. Oh, I ain't ready for that conversation. Babylon is not what we're trying to destroy. Zion is damn for sure not what we trying to create. Not what I'm trying to create. You feel me? You understand? But the song is great. So these are the songs that we have to redo and to unshackle the fucking spells that have been cast on the whole goddamn planet. Will I hear the word of the Iron Man say? Babylon is gone, gone down, gone down. Babylon is gone, gone down. That's my jam. I get goosebumps every time because of my conditioning. The song is called Chant Down Babylon. Well, I want to say somebody need to write the song, Chant Up the Mother so she can rise again. Chant up the mother so she can rise again. Chant up the mother so she can rise again. Chant Down Babylon is a song that is in opposition to the mother. It is a memory of the age where women reigned supreme. That's what you're saying when you sing that song. When you talk about the rise of Zion, what is the hook? I can't remember the bridge. Anybody who remember can put me on. I'm gonna have to listen to it after this. But it is calling on the resurrection of our oppressor. Zion is not something that we should be raising up. Chanting down Zion, raising up the mother, resurrecting the mother through chant and ritual and song and dance. This is, baby, look, I'm trying to tell you. If we know that the enemy is what it is and does what it does, and that nothing is innocent, not music, not art, not nothing, not what we see in our eyes on this mirror, this black mirror. What do they call it? Scrying? Speaking into a black mirror to scry? That's a lecture for another day. But I'm just saying, they use the songs to instill in our heart, which controls our consciousness. That's what the medicine says. The heart controls, houses the shin. The conscious and subconscious mind is housed by the heart. That's why these motherfuckers type into our heartstrings through song and dance, chants and ritual, art and prayer. Right? And so the songs are not innocent. The songs are meant to solidify the goddamn spell. Here I love Bob Marley, but Bob Marley subscribed to a tradition that is at odds with the mother, that emerged in human history as a consequence of matricide, the murder of the mother in our consciousness, in our heart, in our spirit. We have to raise the songs that raise the murdered mother. We have to create the rituals, the dance, the chants, and the practice, the prayer that calls her back to life. That's what we got to do. You understand? And just on general principles, so your heart ain't never betrayed, dismayed, demoralized, grief-stricken. Stop putting your faith in male leaders. Stop putting your faith in male leaders. As a matter of fact, anybody that's male in a position of power, the first question I'm always asking was, who was their mama? Who was their mama? Who was the mama? Because they would not be without their mama. I want to know what kind of power their mama possessed. What kind of suffering their mother did. What kind of religious zealotry was imposed on her that she was called on to reproduce in the blood and the cells of her baby that became this malignant motherfucker? Who is the mother? Who is the mother? You understand? You want to see an end to women who participate, whether through their pain or their conditioning, in the madness of patriarchy? Free women. Free women. Free women. You understand? Those of us who know, compliance, complicity. I don't say obedience. I'm not forcing no one. I don't need your obedience. I don't need you to move against your will. Your will is your own. That's what sovereignty is. That's what I say we believe. We believe in sovereignty. We believe in sovereignty. I shouldn't have to make you do a motherfucking thing. You comply. Complicity is willful. Complicity is willful. Based on your will, you comply. You comply to the will of the mother, knowing that you can only be made well and better through your complicity to the will of the mother. That's what I want. That's what she wants. That's what we want. We, the mother, that's what we want, is your willful, joyful, happy, ecstatic complicity. Yes, my mother has given me the opportunity to make right my past. It ain't about the forgiving of sins. That ain't no shit we bout around here. We aren't talking about forgiving of sins. We are talking about a willful analysis of self, knowing that if we can restore our place in humanity, it is because we do so at the will of the mother, and we do it willfully. We are the willful participants in the creation of the future. We are the willful, joyful, ecstatic architects of the creation of the future. No time, no more time for lamenting, woefulness, doing shit against our will. Our body says one thing, but our brain convinces us to do some shit our body don't want to do. No more of that. No more suffering for religious validity. No more no more weird ass acts of devotion, slashing yourself and bleeding all over the place. No, y'all gonna be mad. Because what is being demanded is calling into the spotlight every tradition, every culture, every more way that we have accepted that in some way calls on us to suffer, to prove ourselves to spirit. I reject it all. She rejects it all. And you do it because you believe in patriarchy. Patriarchy is the only religion that requires our suffering. Patriarchy is the only religion that has ever required our bloodletting, the spilling of blood, the shedding of blood. The original blood ritual sacrifice is ours to willingly do. I'm talking about women. I'm talking about uterus-bearing human beings who bleed when there is no wound, to shed blood in ritual sacrifice so that none has to be shed by others. Your complicity has to be willful, joyful, ecstatic in your body, to know that she has nothing to offer but love. And even in her rage comes from a place of love. Her destruction comes from a place of love. It does. It does. So if you are a Y bearing chromosome human being and you are viscerally offended by anything that I have said, it is okay. I release you. You understand? It may not be the place for you right now. There's still a place for you here eventually, but it just may not be for you right now. The Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. It may not be for you right now. But you might have to consider that the reason you have such a visceral response to what I'm saying is because you know it's true. You know it's true. And your conditioning is making you have a visceral response. Because it's deep. I've been there. It's deep, the conditioning. You understand? So that's it. That's it. Writing songs to the mother that are joyful, crunk, awesome, get down, love, sung with passion and heart and spirit. You understand? That make the hairs on your body stand on end. And I'm talking about the mother, the mothers, the personification of she everywhere in the universe. So make it pop, make it have flair. Understand? Make it sexy, make it a samba, whatever. Make it a classical song. Allow the power of sound to fucking spread through the goddamn planet like the plague, but a beneficial plague, a plague of healing. You understand? An angel of life. An angel of life that resurrects the fucking dead of the earth. Not the dead in the ground, the dead walking. The dead walking. That's what we need. We need a spiritual pollution that is affirming and life-giving. You understand? Yeah. A joyful noise. That is made with her name on our tongues. And all you have to do is say your mama's name. and the mother will receive it. If you don't know your mother, you ain't got your mama. You didn't know you, or you had a terrible relationship with your mother, and you ain't comfortable doing that right now. That's fine. I understand it. Who functioned as your mama? Your auntie. Say her name. The mother will receive it. You don't have that. You know what? Go to the earth. Say Mother Earth. If you can't say that, say mommy, mama. The mother will receive it. But this is the work. This is the work first. All this air, all this ashe, all this power we're exuding in lament, that ain't it. We need to do a goddamn demonstration, a march on Washington. Ooh, we need to do a march on Washington that is to honor the mothers. What is it? The million mothers march, or the millions for mothers march. You ain't even got to be a mama. The millions who support the mamas march on Washington. That's what we got to do. Millions for mothers march. Millions for mothers march. Yeah, that's what we need to do. You understand? And not just on Washington would be a good one though. That'd be very symbolic. It would, for the mothers to descend on that filthy bitch. Anyway, that's it. Now I'm done. I want to say my name again is Cassandra Faye Floyd, also known as Daughter of the Fates. I am the founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Yeah. I want to say thank you all for tuning in, taking the time with me. I'm not going to do another live today, but I am going to tell you the story that is important to tell you. But it has to be its own thing. I don't want it to get lost in the mix. I also want to make a call. I swear this is the last thing I'm going to say. I want to make a call. Every time I am on here, I want to make a call. And if I don't make the call, somebody remind me to make the call. I want to make a call for you to support the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, for which we are all honorary members. If we were born through a uterus, we are all honorary members of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. So I want to call on you to support the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. I want to call on you to support economically the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. I want you, and I don't know if you've even been paying attention, but across the bottom of the screen is all of our information. It's Venmo, our IG, our PayPal, our Cash App, and our Venmo. We are a 501c3, so if you need to claim your donation for tax, for what do you call it? It's tax deductible, I think, is then just get in touch with me and I can give you that information. You can get in touch with me. My information is at the bottom. My email address is releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Or you can get in touch with me through any of my social media accounts, and I'm on them all. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams, release.heart.center, and also daughter_of_the fates _ under each word. And so support, send donations, because I'm going to tell you, I'm probably never going to get monetized on YouTube, even though my numbers are up. I say cuss words way too often, and I ain't in no time soon looking to clean up my language. So it's just gonna be followers. But I done given up on the idea that my shit is probably gonna be monetized. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. So support, donate, and then the last call I want to make is for people with skills. We have a world to create. Right? When I say that we are the willful architects of the future, it's not an ambiguous statement that I'm making. We have to build. We have to build a presence. We have to build an environment, and then we also have to build brick and mortar on land that we own. We have to do that. We have to do that. We have to do that. We have to build community. We have to build homes. Yes. I want to initiate a transition program for people transitioning out of the system of incarceration. Like, we have radical dreams that are accomplishable. And we need funding to do that. So I need grant writers. I need social media experts. I need people who what do you call it? Video editing and audio editing comes easily, second nature to you. I don't want you to volunteer for something that you have to learn. I want you to volunteer the skills that you have in your lane until we have the ability to pay everybody that has volunteered. Do you understand what I'm saying? I am not building any institution that is, I'm not opposed to volunteering. I'm not. But I'm saying I don't want it to be the cornerstone of what we are trying to build. We're trying to create a world where everyone on earth gets paid for the value of their labor, whatever that labor is, and equity in labor. No difference in physical labor and, quote, intellectual work, that the pay is based on what you produce, not the hierarchical nature laid out by patriarchy that makes a distinction of less than-ness for physical labor and, quote, intellectual labor. Do you understand? So when you volunteer right now, just know that we are creating a society where everyone, in particular, artists, healers, musicians, teachers, get paid the value of their labor and their contributions to society. I mean this. I mean it. And I've been a part of organizations that exploit people's unity to have them perpetual volunteers, or perpetually making donations. That ain't what I'm about. That's not what I'm trying to create. I'm not trying to recreate patriarchy with a fucking vagina or with a uterus. I'm not all of that shit. None of it. You understand? So, like right now, I have a guy who has donated his time to build our website, which is still happening, right? But I need this social media thing. I can't. I have too much to do to be video editing, to be trying to create shorts and clips. But those are the things that I need. I need reels. I need clips. I need shorts. I need the promotion of, right? Of these things that you guys find valuable. There are many of you who tune in religiously, and I appreciate it. But we need to make this shit pop. Okay. And that is not something I am capable of doing by myself. I'm not going to be Wonder Woman like I used to be, trying to do the work of 10 motherfuckers. I'm not doing that anymore. I need a committee of functional human beings with skills that are in alignment with what they already do. So it's not going to take them off task of their own life too much. Right. I need sound bites. I need video clips and shorts made that can be sent to me so I can promote them. That can be fed to my website guy, right? We need actual architects, architectural drafters. We need interior designers. We need horticulturalists. We need people who do emotional work and training, psychologists and the such and the like. Right? We're creating the world in real time. That's what we're doing. That's what we're about. And so all the things that are necessary for the maintenance of a human society, people who are historians, especially political and economic historians, we need that. We need a statistician on staff. We need that. There are so many things that I want to compile statistical analyses around to make the communication of complicated ideas easily accessible. I need a statistician. I need the numbers made simple. I need videographers. I need graphic designers. Those are long-term needs. Short-term needs, basically social media geniuses, no age limit required. If you're 13 years old and you know how to do this stuff, come on through. No indoctrination here. Just we're creating the world. Right now, that's what we're doing. We're creating the world in an image of our mother, the one for which we are all a part of her body, right? So that's all I have to say. This is Cassandra Faye Floyd, daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. Hit me up anytime. of the day or night. I will respond within 24 hours. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll keep you guys posted about when and what the next live is going to be about. It's probably going to be tomorrow because I have to tell you the story while this Dalai Lama shit is still hot on the hot topic on everybody's lips. All right. Thank you so much. Peace to you all.